the calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Giants and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll start with the option. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Quick pass out to Miller. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The Jaguars at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Got a man complete to Miller. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They fake the give. Newton. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. To try again after the sack. Newton. That's into the hands of Jacob Harris. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far, running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Newton. This one swung out here to Jones. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Scotty Miller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Ryan Succop for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. First plays a run with Nwangu. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. These two teams, the Jags and Giants, two lowest scoring teams in the NFL last year in 2021. The Jags 14.9 points a game. Giants only slightly better, 15.2. Now, by comparison, you think about the Cowboys, they led the league 31.2 points per game. So more than both of these two clubs combined.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Third and long, it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Second down and 3, ball on the 7. Miller in motion right. On second down, it's Jones. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Cam Newton now with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Jaguars have taken a 13-0 first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. First drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute?
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with a football. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter. And it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Here we go on 4th. Newton. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Finding space at the 40. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Now a give running right, Nwangu. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
From the 44, Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now Newton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll try and run the option left side. Cam Newton all alone. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Cam Newton, 51 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point put through by Succop. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 36 yards on the play.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll give up the gut for Murray. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Up the middle, Nwangu. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Another run now for Nwangu. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Kene Nwangu, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Sliding out of the pocket. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Latavius Murray with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will cut the lead down to 15. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Jones. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. In motion, the tight end. On 1st and 10, Newton. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Again, Newton to keep it. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. From the 50, Newton. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
They'll try and run the option. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Cam Newton with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. 60 yards. And the Giants get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. And it'll be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That good for 19 on a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Off play action. Newton. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got him in, complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. Succup's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Play action. It's Wilson. Going up top. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Straight ahead, here's Nwogu. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Murray will score. Touchdown, New York. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Wilson going to throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there. But that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead. It's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
1 yard gain brings us second and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The slot man in motion right. Play action. It's Newton. And he's able to find Miller. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Miller in motion right. Newton on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Newton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They snap it to Newton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Jones. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. Touchdown Jaguars. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Cam looking to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Wilson. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Give left side here for Nwangu. And some room to roam now. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 58 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Up the middle, Murray. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They go with Murray again. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now it's Wilson. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Tim Patrick, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Jones now in motion left. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
After the interception, here's Wilson. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a give, running left is Nwangu. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On 3rd down, Murray. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Tim Patrick with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Giants have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Miller in motion right. On first down, it's Newton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And now the kick is blocked. The defense has it, but he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
As you tell me all the time, Brandon, mark that play down. That should be a tie game. Instead, a great job by the guys blocking it. And, boy, they've got to have a great lift going off the field.
And the further it happens in the game, and here in the second half, it just gets more magnified. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead is hanging by a thread after that pick 6, but look, they're still in the driver's seat. Now the question, how aggressive will they be on this drive? Time to find out.
Complete to Taiwan Jones. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 17-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Newton. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
On third down, here's Jones. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Newton. Fires the out route and completes it to Harris. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Miller in motion right. They fake the give. Newton. Looking deep for Julio. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10.
Gun. Great. 8. 20. Gun.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Jaguars. Cam Newton with his 5th touchdown pass of the game. And the Jags use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point try now for Succop. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 35. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. That one goes for 24 yards. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Here's Wilson. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Giants. T.J. Hockenson, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. A big play looming for the Giants as they'll go for 2. Wilson to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Boy, a potential game changer there here in the 4th quarter to kick that out of bounds, and now they get great field position at the 40 in a tie ball game. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Newton. Able to find Jones. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Off the option, it's Jones. Yetur Gross-Matos there to bring him down. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the counter, here's Jones. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Here's Newton. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Newton. This complete to Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Throwing is Newton. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
We don't see him miss too often. The ball could have slipped a little bit coming off his hand, and that's all it would take to send it high and out of bounds without a play.
On second down, it's Jones. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Succop for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. And they're able to return this all the way up to the 45.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Throwing now is Wilson. He'll get this to Nwangu. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
The receivers have been running them ragged, maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know there's some time on the clock, but I still think you kick the extra point there and don't go for two and go for the win in that spot.
Yeah, time or no time, why not
just take the one and even the score.
And then that way, no matter what, at least you know what you're dealing with now. It's a whole different strategy. You got to decide whether you're going to onside kick or just try and play defense and get the ball back.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Newton to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Complete to Jones. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And Frank?
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Jaguars are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout, but instead they needed every single one of those. It was close, high-scoring affair.
Well, Ben, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Jaguars, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Denver Broncos next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.
Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Continue ahead to begin your... Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Continue ahead to begin your franchise. Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Continue ahead to begin.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center, guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith. They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Geno. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here are the Giants now in great field position to start their initial drive. They're led out by the former third-round pick, now in his 11th NFL season, and that's Russell Wilson.
And while he won't admit it because his team lost the game, he had some fun in the last one.
He threw for over 400 yards.
I mean, there's no getting around it. As a QB,
Yeah, okay. We lost.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Kene Nwangu, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Wilson going to throw for it. That's caught. And it's very quickly 8-0. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 13 carries, 59 yards. Sticking with Walker on second down.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And this is now a 1-point game. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Kene Nwangu now out of his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance.
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big-time play there for the G-Men. 77 yards. So you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ. On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Kene Nwangu. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
And he's got him. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Baron Browning in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Another run now for Nwangu. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On the give is Nwangu. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Handoff here to Nwangu. Evades him at the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Handoff right side to Nwangu. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Kene Nwangu doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. as his guys are able to extend their lead. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one. But I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for two so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they got 2 for 2.
And he's off to a very poor start. 2 passes, 2 interceptions. We'll try and see if he can complete a few to the good guys here as he starts 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. Walker now on 1st and 10. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 2nd down and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing is Smith. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position. And that was special there.
And sometimes you see big plays develop on a route like this, a slant route. And the object, very simple. Get the ball to your receiver in stride. This one was right on the money. He didn't miss a beat. And then it's off to the races. And there he goes.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour. Myers connects on the PAT. And this is back to an 8-point game. To the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Nuwanger now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The New York set to take the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, he's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Wilson. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete. And the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. Now Wilson on 1st down. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And where the time has expired on the 1st quarter.
Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. On the run is Nwangu. And he's got some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 47 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. Back to Nwangu again on 1st down. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Give left side here for Nwangu. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Kene Nwangu on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Some more great football coming your way in prime time to wrap up the month of October. It starts tonight. Could it be a Super Bowl preview? The Packers and Bills from Buffalo at 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow, Halloween night, Monday Night Football, the Bengals and Browns from Cleveland. And how this game has changed in importance in recent years. That starts at 8:15 Eastern.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we